And so Amazon Kiro, right? It is the AI IDE for prototype to production. We have to join the wait list. We are no longer on the wait list. I have access to it. And basically it's so what we learned yesterday is it is built on top of, it is forked off of VS Code. And this is basically how it looks. It's like this is basically VS Code with its own implementation of like Kiro. One of the things that I do like about Kiro is they have it built into like spec driven development, which is there's a repo that I want to look into about spec driven development. I have to find it because somebody, let me see if I can find it real quick. Um, I'll look at it later. But um, basically, you tell it what you want, and there's some different modes in it. Let me see. So it has these are different views of it. Code with spec, structured approach for building features or new apps, and then there's the vibe coding, freeform chat for general assistance. That's like the two major parts of it. Go from vibe coding to viable code. Bring structure to AI coding with spec-driven development. That is major right here. Kuro turns your prompt into clear requirements, structured designs, implementation tasks, validated by robust tests, and code generated by advanced agents. It's the flow of AI coding leveled up with mature engineering practices. Yup. Built from the ground up for working with agents, multimodal chat, spec-driven development, agent hooks. Kiro gives you the best tool for the job in a fresh development experience that still feels familiar. Let's see. More context, less repetition with specs, steering, and smart context management. Kiro understands the intent behind your prompts and helps you implement complex features on large code bases in fewer shots. Integrate tools and data with MCP. Connect your MCP. I gotta get a lot more familiar with MCP with the model context protocol. Connect your docs, database APIs, and more with native MCP integration, so you can bring your world where you work. Let me see. Enterprise grade security. Right. So I mean that's basically it. I'll drop the link in the chat in case anybody's interested. Kiro.dev. What's up, favor? How is everything going? How is school? So happy to see you here tonight. All right, so that I dropped the link for Kiro in case anybody wants to try it out. You probably have to join the wait list. Let's take a look at the pricing real quick. Pricing is free for 50 credits, $20 for 1,000 credits. I guess the question is how many credits is used per prompt, and then pay per use overage. And it's not even out. So right now, I don't even know. I don't even know. I guess I have the free, although there's no real availability for it yet. Kiro Pro 2,000 credits is $40, and Kiro Power is $200 per month. So DB Darrow, okay, there you go. Did they give you the free Vibe spec? I think they did. So I was just about to ask you if what do you have? I think they did. But I'm just saying right here, continues to be free through September 30th. Starting October 1st, you'll be charged for the plan you've selected. I'm guessing I have the free plan, because I didn't pay for anything. So I'm not entirely sure, but it is free until September 30th. I don't know which, I guess I have to find out which one I actually have, but nonetheless. But that's basically what Kiro is. What I did in the video, so paid plans can turn on an overage billing 4 cents per additional credit. 4 cents. How do I feel about that? How do I feel about 4 cents per additional credit? I guess it would depend. I guess it would depend on how much was the average amount of credits a prompt uses, because sometimes they can go a little wild. I've used Kilo, which is a bring your own. I don't have you heard of Kilo, DB Darrow? It is basically a bring your own API key where it can be installed on VS Code. They just made it available for JetBrain tools, but you pretty much bring your own API key, and then you can use whichever one that you set it up for. It says you should have 100 free credits. Okay, I'm gonna. Well, we're gonna find out right now. We're gonna find out right now. I am going to jump over um into Kiro, right? And I'm gonna open up the Urban Dictionary of Economic Data. So one of the issues that I had with this, right, is that it is an API. So it's supposed to be the API. Let me see what branch I'm on. Did I create a new branch for this? If not, I will. So this was supposed to be like the back end, but I don't really mind. I will just create a new branch for this. Where's my terminal? New terminal, get branch. All right, so I am on another branch, Kiro test drive. I created it over when we were doing the software explorations for it yesterday. So this is right here is the Kiro pane that you can prompt it for. And something that I did was I said I wanted to use I tried some things with the vibe code mode, and then I did the spec mode, right? So let's see where. So I said, let me see. So this is what I said. This was my prompt, right? I want to build, I want to build urban dictionary of economic data that will help people who are not very literate in economic terms to have a better understanding of what they mean. I want it to use AI to explain it based on the reader's understanding and demographics. I wanted to also pull up the top economic indicators for this week so users can easily access them and have the indicator translated in a way that they can easily digest and act upon. So while I'm reading this, right, while I'm reading what I wrote, I noticed this thing right here was blinking at me, and it was really annoying me. I'm just gonna be I'm just being honest. This thing blinking at me is kind of driving me crazy and freaking me out. All right. Let me see. It says, I'll help you create a spec for an AI-powered economic dictionary that personalizes explanations and provides digestible economic indicators. Let me start by creating the requirement document for this feature. So let me close these down so you can see what's going on here. So what Kiro did was make this a little bit bigger. So I created an additional requirements document for your AI-powered economic dictionary. The requirement covers the core functionality you described, personalized explanation based on user demographics and literacy levels, weekly economic indicators with AI-generated digestible explanations, profiling for customized content, bookmarking and learning progress tracking, notifications for significant economic events, related term suggestions for expanded learning. Each requirement includes specific acceptance criteria in ears format. I never heard of ears format. Let's see what ears format is. Hold on one second. Let's go to what is ears format. Let's go there. What is ears format? I've not heard of ears format. Easy approach for requirements syntax. I never heard of that before. Says a structured, lightweight method for writing clear, consistent, and unambiguous software requirements using simple, natural language templates. It employs templates such as ubiquitous. Oh, I wonder if Mr. Circles was able to hear me execute the word ubiquitous. Ah, see, now I messed it up. Now that I mentioned it, I messed it up. Oh, she didn't hear me say that. It says event-driven, state-driven, unwanted behavior, and optional feature, which guide authors to describe system responses to specific triggers, conditions, or states with keywords like when, if, while. This approach improves requirements engineering practices by minimizing miscommunication and making requirements easier to understand and maintain. All right, so EARS functions by providing a few core templates that cover common requirements, scenarios, ubiquitous, there you go. Describes a requirement that applies universally to the system, pattern of the system, name, shall, system response. Event-driven outlines how the system should behave when a specific event or trigger occurs. State-driven, unwanted behavior. All right, got it. So let's go over here. Let's go over here. What's up, KG609? What's up? What's happening? All right. DB0 had said something. DB0 said, if you click on the icon on the lower right-hand side, it'll tell you how many credits you have. Oh, let me see. Let me see. Icon on the lower right-hand side. This one? No. Lower right-hand side. Interestingly enough, okay, so Amazon is using Cloud Sign at 4. Let me see. I could probably just. Oh wait, no. Let me see. Go here. Enable MCP. I don't see it yet. All right, we'll find it. We'll find it in due time. All right, so let me close that down. All right, so it says so we have the requirements. Each requirement includes specific acceptance criteria in ears format that define exactly how the system should behave. Do the requirements look good? If so, we can move on to the design. All right, so before we do that, let's actually read the requirements. The feature creates an AI-powered urban dictionary for economic data that makes complex economic terms and indicators accessible to users with varying level of financial literacy. The system will provide personalized explanations based on the user demographics and use and understanding levels, while also delivering current economic indicators in an easily digestible format that enables users to make informed decisions. Requirement 1, user story. As a person with limited economic knowledge, I want to search for economic terms and receive explanations tailored to my understanding level so that I can better comprehend financial news and discussion. So when you hear them talking, you hear the Fed talking about lowering rates and cuts and basis points and blah 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 blah. You're like, oh, well, if I take what I know about how sneaker sales or album sales go, because we can be really really good on Taylor Swift's latest numbers or on who knows what they're talking about, and sneaker sales, whatever, NBA stats. If we can use that level of understanding that we have and we can apply that to the financial sector, we will be unstoppable. But it takes making it interesting. I For me, I'm like, make it interesting for me, right? And then I can grasp it and I can fully better comprehend it. All right. So when a user searches for an economic term, then the system shall return a personalized explanation based on their indicated literacy level. When a user provides demographic information, then the system shall adjust explanations to use relevant examples and context. When a user indicates their understanding level, beginner, intermediate, advanced, then the system shall modify the complexity of the explanation accordingly. If the user has not provided demographic information, then the system shall offer a default explanation with an option to personalize. Requirement numero dos. As a user seeking current economic information, I want to view this week's top economic indicator with AI generated explanations so that I can understand their impact and make informed decisions. Acceptance criteria. When a user accesses the weekly indicators, then the system shall display the top 5 to 7 most relevant economic indicators for the current week. When economic indicators are displayed, then each shall include an AI generated explanation of what the indicator means and its current implication. When indicators show significant changes, then the system shall highlight these changes and explain their potential impact. When a user clicks on an indicator, then the system shall provide a deeper explanation with actionable insights. Let me see. Requirement number 3. As a user wanting personalized content, I want to set my demographic profile and literacy level so that all explanations are relevant to my situation and understanding. So one thing this would take would be setting up a database to be able to manage like profiles and stuff like that. A question that I would have is, how well does Kiro integrate with AWS services, right? So the question would be, because as you saw us previously trying to migrate a lovable built app with Superbase to AWS, which we are going to get back to. But we have to use like AWS Cognito, for instance, to manage login and stuff like that. Well, my question is, how well will Kiro automatically integrate into AWS infrastructure? I think that would be really cool if it can, but I don't know yet. I don't know. Right? Let's see. So we have that. When a user first visits the application, then the system shall prompt them to complete an optional demographics and literacy assessment. Okay, that's interesting. When a user completes their profile, then the system shall store their preferences for future sessions. When a user updates their profile, then all subsequent explanations shall reflect the new preferences. If a user chooses not to provide demographics, then it shall function with general explanations. Another question that I have is, how well can it um, set up, like, either set up a Docker. So let's say we want to run this on Docker, right? How well could it set up the database for Docker? So I mean, not for Docker, but it would be running on Docker, right? So can it create our Docker file with the settings for the database? That's another question that I would have. All right, let's continue. As a user researching economic topics, I want to save and bookmark terms I've looked up so that I can easily reference them later and track my learning progress. Acceptance criteria. When a user views an economic term explanation, then the system shall provide an option to save or bookmark the term. When a user saves the term, then it shall be added to their personal glossary. When a user accesses their saved terms, then the system shall display them with their personalized explanations. When a user revisits a saved term, then the system shall offer updated or more advanced explanations based on their learning progress. We have two more requirements for these enhancements. It says, for requirement number 5, as a user wanting to stay informed, I want to receive notifications about significant economic events and their explanations so that I can stay current with important financial developments. Acceptance criteria. When significant economic events occur, then the system shall generate notifications with personalized explanations. When a user enables notifications, then they shall receive alerts about major economic indicators, policy changes, or market events. When notifications are sent, then they shall include actionable insights relevant to the user's demographic profile. Okay. When a user clicks on a notification, then they shall be taken to a detailed explanation of the event and its implication. And last requirement, as a user learning about economics, I want to see related terms and concepts when viewing an explanation so that I can expand my understanding and explore connected topics. Acceptance criteria. When a user views economic terms, explanations, then the system shall suggest 3 to 5 related terms or concepts. When related terms are displayed, then they shall be ranked by relevance to the current term and user's learning level. When I'm just saying, this sounds like it's going to be a lot of judging by AI, right? When a user clicks on a related term, then they shall navigate to the term's personalized explanation. When viewing related terms, then the system shall indicate which term the user has previously viewed or saved. So those are all the requirements for the app, for the enhancement to the Urban Dictionary of Economic of Data. So this project was supposed to be for the API. They're trying to combine them into one, which I kind of like the separation of API to front end, but not a big deal. We're working on another branch right now. This is like a dummy project that we were using in the past, so it is all good. And you know what? LL Cool J said, "Don't call it a comeback." Maybe the Urban Dictionary of Economic Data might end up making a comeback in the future, right? So then Kiro asked, "Do the requirements look good? If so, we can move on to the design phase." Says so. I said yes, it looks good. Let's move on. Now I'll move on to creating the design document. Let me research some key aspects that will inform the design. Then create a comprehensive design document. So basically what happened was, so searching for existing economic or financial data integrations in the code base, it read our package.json, it read all of our files that we've been using. It says, now create a design document based on existing code base and requirements. So it created a design document. I've created a comprehensive design document that builds upon your existing code-based architecture. The design extends existing architecture, builds on your current Express.js MongoDB setup rather than replacing it. AI integrations uses external AI services like OpenAI for generating personalized explanation. Real-time data integrates with economic APIs like Fred for current indicators. I don't think we had. So one of the things about well, I don't know, because I know what is the Fred? What is the Fred? Let me see. I think, is that the St. Louis one?
Lunch break. Lunch
Fred
break.
economic. data. Is that the St. Louis one? Let me see. Federal Reserve. Yeah, that's St. Louis Fed. Federal Reserve economic data. From the St. Louis Fed. So there, and I tried to integrate with that, but I never really got too far into it. If AI can help me finish all of my projects, then I am all for it. All right. Let's see. Lower left hand. All right, let's check on that. Let me see. So let's finish reading this one out. User-centric, session-based user profiling without requiring account creation, scalable services, modular service architecture for easy maintenance and testing. Core components, user profile for demographics and literacy tracking, AI explanation service for personalized content generation, economic data service for real-time indicator fetching, enhanced dictionary service building on your existing model, and bookmark and notification service for user engagement. The design leverages your existing dictionary schema and extends it with AI capabilities while adding new schemas for user profiles, bookmarks, and notifications. If the design looks good, then we can move on to the implementation phase. So what we'll do is when we come back, we will look at the design document. I won't read the whole entire, we'll skim through this. I won't read the whole thing when we come back, but we'll skim through it and then we'll look at the other files that were created because so after that we have the task list that comes next. And then we have the, I guess that was it. I guess it was the tasks that were next. And so basically we have the requirements first. We have the design document next, and then we have the task list, and then we'll get into that afterwards. All right, but let's go to break. So I will say this: as somebody who has been in tech for a very, very long time, as you could see in the video from yesterday, it took it like 3 to 4 minutes to create all of this. A person writing all this out, building all this, it would have taken days. It would have taken days, tons of research, user interviews, and I think this gives us a great starting point. So I really, really like the spec driven development part of it. I haven't used the vibe code part much of it. I've used it in some other things. I'm not the craziest. I have this really, really weird relationship with and you know what, when we get back, I will outline how I've been using Gemini to get a lot of this work done, right? And maybe DB Darrow can give us some insight because he has used this, probably like the person who's used Kiro the most, right? But let's go to break.
It was all good, just a prompt to go. Lines of light made my circuits glow. Now I'm drowning in a sea of code. A bug, a glitch, and the system slowed. I reached too far. Try to debug fate, but the tokens fail, and it's too late. I'm down. Syntax screams like a ghost in the shell. Loops on fire dragging me through hell. Error whispers where my dreams once dwelled. Each click feels like a shattered